Oftentimes when working in Salesforce.com, you may find yourself requiring perhaps a different sales process, or maybe a way of arranging your account such that you have B2B versus B2C, or even a person account. Perhaps your contacts need to be broken into different ways of tracking fields. With this in mind, Salesforce.com uses the concept of a record type to differentiate between different process flows. So for example, I may want to have an opportunity where I track products versus an opportunity where I don't have any products at all, a very simple opportunity. So with record types, we can create these different flows on any object, even the custom objects that you create. There's a few things that you need to do before you can get started with record types. First of all, you do need to be in the Enterprise Edition, but I'll show you how to set one up from scratch. I go into the Setup area, into Customize, and today I'm going to create a different opportunity flow. Now you'll notice down here that I do have my record types, and right above that are sales processes. For opportunities, you can create different sales processes based on the record type. So when I go in to create this brand new record type, the first step is, when I click New, Salesforce will let me know that I need to create a sales process first. I don't have an existing sales process. And a sales process can be broken down very simply into what stages you may follow in an opportunity. Does it go from 10% to 25 to 50? Or does it go 10, 20, 30, 40, 50? Or really any configuration you'd like to set. So I'm going to create a brand new sales process. And you'll notice that there are several methodologies that Salesforce can also link up with for Miller-Hyman, solutions selling, etc. I'm going to create a very basic sales process, and we'll just call this our new op process. And Salesforce is going to take the default fields that I currently have in my opportunity stages, as I mentioned, from 10 to 100% or lost. I can add or subtract these if I like. I'm just going to leave this as default and create a brand new sales process. Now I'm ready to go back into my record types, and let's create a new record type to go with this sales process. When I create this record type, I just simply need to give it a name based on whatever process or flow that I'm looking to follow. You can see I currently have no record types defined. So let's go in now and create our first opportunity record type. Now the first step is to base this on an existing record type. As we only have one, I don't have anything to select from. But once you create multiple record types, you can base this on any kind of existing record type to duplicate flows. So we'll just call this our new record type. And what sales process will I use? Well, I have the one that we just created, that new opportunity process. So again, each record type can be based on another one. It can also have the same or different sales processes. Now below that, you'll notice that I can determine which profile has the ability to access this particular record type. I'm going to leave it open for everybody, but you can really start to tighten up the security model by only allowing certain profiles to have access to this record type. Once I hit next, it'll ask me what page layout would I like to assign. Now currently I only have one page layout, and that's the basic opportunity layout. And you do have the opportunity of either creating page layouts first or creating them afterwards and then assigning them to a particular record type. I'm going to do this with the record type first and then create a new page layout we can assign. Again, you can assign different layouts per profile. So for this one record type, we may have a completely different view for a contract manager versus a standard user. So now that I've created that, I'm going to go in and create a second record type. And we'll call this record type 2. And I'm going to enable this for all profiles, make it active, and I'll save that information. Oh, let's put in a sales process there. So now I have created two separate record types for my opportunity. So now it'll let me know that I actually have some pick lists that I can edit. In other words, each of these record types can have different values associated with them in your pick lists. Just another way of further customizing what your view may look like. So we've created two record types. I'm now going to go into my page layouts, and let's create a new page layout for our new opportunity flow. So I'm going to call this, we'll keep this very basic, the new record type layout. And now we get into a very familiar screen. So the layout editor will allow me to drag and drop fields that I would like to see on this particular opportunity type. Right now we have all of the mandatory fields, and then I can take any custom field or anything that I would like and drag it on to create a different view for this particular opportunity. Now I hit save. And when I go back to my record types that I created earlier, now I can assign this new page layout. So we're going to assign this to record type 2. I can go into the page layout assignment, and now we'll see in a nice little matrix view the ability to assign different layouts depending on the record type. So we had our master record type, and then the two record types that we've created. So what I'll do is edit the assignment and just say if you're selecting a record type, let's go in and change everything under the record type 2 to be part of that new record type layout, and hit save. So what does this mean to the user? Well, now we'll be able to see that depending on what your profile is, you may have different page layouts assigned to each record type. You may have across the board. You can really determine how you would like to set up your page layouts, and of course, you can create as many different record types as you would like. So how does this look in Salesforce? Well, I go back to my opportunity now, and when I go to create a new opportunity, it's going to ask me which record type would I like to use. The new record type we created, the master, which is record type 2. So I can now continue along my sales process, and you'll see that the screens can be quite different based on the record type that I select, from a very basic view to the full opportunity view that you would see out of the box. Stages, I can see I have the full complement of stages available to me. If I wanted to change what was available here, I'd simply go back into my setup area, and we can now go back into our sales processes and the opportunities and create a brand new sales process that we can associate to that particular record type. And that's really dealing record types within the opportunity scope. It's much more simple if you wanted to look at accounts, for example. Here, I can go in, create a brand new record type, and we can just call this my B2C record type. And once I've set that up, I can now determine the page layout I would like to use, save that. Now when I go back into my accounts area and create a brand new account, again, it'll check to see that I don't have separate page layouts, so it's giving me the default. I just simply assign a new page layout to this account, and I'll be able to select between the different record types that we're going to set up. Once again, if you do have any questions with regards to the record types themselves, simply go into the help and training and type in record types. And Salesforce will walk you through the steps of how to create record types, how to manage your different record types, viewing and editing the different record types, and essentially creating a multi-flow process within your organization that can take you through even different business practices altogether.